Shalom, I'm giving all praises to Shem Shai by Shem Rakakodash. Shalom to the 144,000. And the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm going to make this super quick. And I'm going to entitle this video, Russia Declares War Against the Beast. This proves to you that the beast, Russia is not a member of the beast. Russia is not a part of the beast. If you go back 2,000 years ago, you speak about the 7 heads, 10 horns, and so forth. Russia was never a part of the beast 2,000 years ago. There was no such thing as Russia. Russia was no man's land. Russia is not a member of the beast system even today. And Russia will be the end of the beast system. When you go to Revelation, let me go to that. Revelation, let me bring this over. Revelation 13. The beast from the sea, and I stood, Revelation 13:1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast. The sea was talking about John the Apostle on the Isle of Patmos. He was banished to an island where he served, which was a salt mine. And he was looking in the sea. And I stood upon, so you can get a picture there. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. This represents NATO. NATO in the EU. And upon his horns 10 crowns. That represents the EU, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. So this is NATO and the EU, which includes America and Canada. The US, America, and Canada are NATO nations, not EU nations. EU nations, some EU nations are NATO nations and EU nations. Some NATO nations are NATO nations and EU nations. All I had to do was say that once. So some beast nations are just NATO nations and others are just EU or EU NATO nations. So the first beast goes back 2,000 years ago, the Roman Empire. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. That represents the Greeks, and his feet were like unto the feet of a bear. That represents the Russians, because the Russians are going to end this beast. But Russia is not an ally to the beast system. The nation that's going to bring down the beast system is Russia, the bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. That's talking about Great Britain, the UK, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. The dragon is interchangeable with the word beast. If you go to Revelation, go a chapter back to Revelation 12, it mentions the beast as a dragon. The dragon normally represents, sometime Revelation 20, you'll hear that old serpent. Serpent is a dragon, the devil and Satan. So many, the beast, the dragon, which Russia is not a part of. But Russia is the feet of it. Russia is going to bring down the beast, the foundation of it. And the dragon gave him his power. So the authority comes from the pagan Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire. Dragon also represents London today. London, England, one of the city-state of London. That's where the orders come out from, London. One of the 3 major city states. You have London, you have DC, and you have Vatican City. When you go to Revelation 16, it tells you that. I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. London, out of the mouth of the beast, which England is a part of the beast system too. So you had the dragon, the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, which represents the Roman Catholic Church and all the daughter churches, which are the Calvinists, Protestants in general, Baptists, Methodists. That's why these Christians get together, different denominations, that come against the Israelites, because they're all Roman Catholic. Vocab Malone is a Roman Catholic. God Logic is nothing but a Reformed Roman Catholic. And his seat and great authority. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death. That goes back to the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago. The thing that was wounded was the Roman Empire of that time. And his deadly wound was healed. Just talking about the Renaissance period, Christopher Columbus, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshiped the dragon. This system is based upon the Roman, pagan, ancient Roman system, which gave power unto the beast. Their authority goes back to the ancient Roman Empire, and they worship the beast, saying, pay homage to the beast, who is. That's why when you get in the government office, the military, you got to swear in. Politics, you got to swear in. Who in school they had you pledge allegiance to the flag, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him. And that's talking about now. But Russia is, because Russia is not the beast. This beast right here, 11 verse, the beast from the earth. That's America. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, as opposed to the sea, the first beast. And he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon, draconian law. Going to come up as a good beast, a lamb that does no harm to anybody, but speaks as a lamb. That's your legislation. The word legislation goes back to the word ledger, which means to pass laws. You put teeth on laws. So they'll tell you, if you break this law, this is going to happen to you. If you break that law, so they speak. They say, do this, and this is going to happen. This is the consequences. And he exercises all the power of the first beast, Roman Empire, before him, and he causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, the Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed. It goes on to say that's the Roman Empire. Now, Nate will go into the image. As you read down, it says the image that had his, he says it sees a picture of Caesar Borgia, not Caesar Borgia. It says they should make an image unto the beast which had the deadly wound, the Roman system. That's all it's talking about. So let me just give you the article. So this proves that Russia has never been a part of the beast. Now, Russia and the U.S. were allies in World War II against Germany. But that didn't make them a part of the beast. 2,000 years ago, more than 2,000 years ago, the pagan Roman Empire, there was no such place as Russia. That was no man's land. Northeast or north of the Medes. All right? So you got these guys like saying, oh, the seven taught this. They were going off. The seven heads, and they'll call off seven names, and one of the names is Russia. They went off on that. So this is the proof that they're not a part of the beast. So officially, Russia and the beast is at war because Russia violated the airspace and attacked Poland, which shows you that clearly that Putin doesn't give a damn about Trump. He'll sit down, have a meeting with him, shake his hand, hug him, and go back and show him disrespect. And they got receipts on Trump. They probably got the list. They probably got the Epstein list. I was doing some research on this guy, Charlie Kirk. He might be a Jake. He might just be a Jake. That name goes back to Scotland. So he may just be a Jake. If he's a Jake, he's good. If he's not a Jake, he's not good. He's coming back as a slave. If he's a Jake, he's coming back as a Jake, obviously. Okay, so let's go. NATO scrambles jets to shoot down Russian drones, and Poland raising fears of war. Russia issues fresh response to Poland over drone attack. Poland shoots down Russian drones. So nobody was killed, right? But it's still an act of war that violate its airspace during Ukraine attack. Right? Poland downs drone in its airspace, becoming first NATO member to fire during, I'm not going to read the rest, Russia tested NATO, and Poland NATO. Let me open this up. Russia tested NATO. Poland flunked. A drone incursion shows the limits of an alliance without America at its head. I'm not going to read this article. See, once they hit into your airspace or attack, that's war. That's war. And truth be told, like I said, Putin has many receipts, a whole box of receipts on the Nero, the cruel Lord. So this is getting hot and heavy. So now let me come over here and change the subject. So here it is right here. This is from Redacted. Let me do this.
The world is on edge after
Okay, I'm not going to play that. I don't need to. Redacted, very good YouTube page. Anyway, Poland declares act of war. NATO invokes Article 4 as Russia violates Poland's airspace. They spoke about Article 5 says that all the other NATO nations have to come together to fight against Russia. Now it's against any nation, but formerly it was against Russia only. That was after World War II. Let me see, Article 4. Okay, let me do this. This is how you find out stuff. Okay. Come back over here. NATO Article 4 meaning. NATO Article 4 means that any member country facing a threat to its territorial integrity, political independence, or security can call for a consultation with other NATO members. This process involves discussing the issue within the North Atlantic Council and can lead to a joint decision, but it does not legally oblige members to take military action or provide direct assistance, unlike Article 5. So let's look up Article 5. So 4 represents having this getting together. NATO Article 5 embodies the principle of collective defense, stating that an armed attack against one NATO member, which Poland is a member, is considered an attack against all. Canada is a member of NATO. The U.S. is a member of NATO. Great Britain is a member of NATO and formerly was a member of NATO and EU. They pulled out under Brexit. It says this obligates all members to assist the attacked ally by taking necessary actions. War, potentially including armed force, to restore security. Article 5 was invoked only once following September 11, 2001, which the original NATO alliance was only if Russia attacks them. So they changed it to, it was the Arabs, Iraq, which that didn't happen, right? On the United States. So it's getting hot and heavy out there. So anyway, give me a second. Let me do this. Yeah, Charlie Kirk might just be a Jake. He might just be a Jake. I notice all you brothers, all of a sudden, Charlie. Well, I heard of Charlie Kirk, He's a debater. Let me see what I'm going to do. Give me a second here. I wanted to do this. I'm kind of changing gears a little bit. Right, U.S. Air Force veteran describes seeing same UFO mentioned in Psalm 68. Yahushua is coming. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Bear with me for a minute. I'm just looking for something. I gotta watch this just for fun. Westhoff says Christians need help versus black Israelites. Yeah, they damn sure too, and you're not gonna help. You said I'll leave it up to Vocab Malone. Give me a second. I'm just looking for this one. Bear me for a minute. I was watching this earlier. You got to watch this because it's one of the men of a GMS Chicago. Okay, I think I found it. IUIC Mark of the Beast link to second death says it's sin. Now this right here is the weakest breakdown of the Mark of the Beast or the MOTB I ever heard. I mean, this is weak. I don't know if this is new. I don't know if this is new, this is old. I guess this is new. See, Bishop Nate has to keep bringing a new precept up to kind of justify the fact that the MOTB is sin in all of its forms, whether political or religious. And every time he brings something new, we laugh at it. And I believe he does that because I think they're whispering, I don't know, man. The GMS might be right. I'm talking about the window shops. Keep window shopping. Come in the door. You don't have to window shop. Just come in the door. Anyway, so let me go to that. Then I'll get ready to close.
Thessalonians is saying the same thing.
I'm sorry. Let me put this up. Like I said, I don't know if this is old or whatever. I don't know if this is recent because we didn't watch them this past weekend. Bring it back to the beginning. Put the sound up.
Thessalonians is saying the same thing that Revelation 3. What is the mark of the beast? Because if you take the mark, you're going to go to eternal damnation. 2 Thessalonians is explaining to you a little more easier. Read that again, Yuri.
He never pulled out at any time 2 Thessalonians 2. His handlers probably say use this, which is weak. He's saying 2 Thessalonians 2:9 goes hand in hand with Revelation 13 and 16. And if he can fool you with this, you guys are a bunch of retards.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness.
So this man would deceive us with sin. Go ahead.
In them that perish.
Them destined to perish.
Because they receive not the love of the truth.
Because you receive not God's laws and commandments. Go ahead.
That they might be saved.
That you might be saved, brothers. That you might be saved, sisters. Come on.
And for this cause.
And for this reason, because you reject the commandments,
God shall send them strong delusion.
You're going to believe everything this white man tells you. Go ahead.
That they should believe a lie.
You're going to believe every lie he's told you.
That they all might be damned.
Be what?
Be damned.
Be what?
Be damned.
That's eternal damnation. That's the lake of fire. Go ahead.
The lake of fire is not eternal damnation. The lake of fire, what you used to teach, go back three and a half years ago, and prior to that, go back 10 years ago, the lake of fire was always Babylon the Great on fire. Lake of fire is not some hell that you spiritually, when your spirit separates from your body, you go to this place called the lake of fire, which is hell. Now it says, when it speaks about the lake of fire, it says hell was cast into the lake of fire. How can you cast hell into hell? So he's sounding weak. Anybody that falls for this, man, don't let the purple and gold fool you. This is the weakest breakdown yet.
Believe not the truth.
Because you didn't want to keep God's laws, his commandments, your fate is sealed.
Your fate is sealed. So that's weak. Let's listen to that again. And then we're going to stop a little bit and we're going to...
Thessalonians is saying the same thing that Revelation 3. What is the mark of the beast? Because if you take the mark,
doesn't say mark, doesn't say beast. It's not the same thing.
You're going to go to eternal damnation. 2 Thessalonians is explaining to you a little more easier. Read that again, Yuri.
And with all deceivableness.
If it's so easy, why don't you bring it out months ago?
Of unrighteousness.
So this man would deceive us with sin. Go ahead.
How the fuck can you deceive somebody with sin when you're already committing sin? Ultimately, the Esau, so-called white man, is going to deceive you to keep you sinning. You're sinning now. Well, this guy's sinning. He's lying. He bears false witness against us. I think his ship is sinking. For you to use this scripture to link it up with Revelation 13 is just weak. It's just weak. You sound desperate. Even the ISUPK now sees that the mark of the beast is a sin. They'll say it's twofold. It's double meaning. And they go into they don't even mention chip, but they mention a physical thing going in your right hand. So they see it, kind of sort of see it. IUIC don't see it. Wifey don't see it. Call him wifey. And if you don't repent, and you're not, well, if you're one of the elect, you repent. If you're not one of the elect, you're not going to repent, and you're going to be damned. You're going to wind up in the lake of fire. Better hop on the plane and go to Nairobi, Kenya. At least you get rocks thrown at your ass. You won't get missiles on you. It'll be better. It'll be safer.
And them that perish,
Them destined to perish.
because they receive not the love of the truth.
Because you receive not God's laws and commandments.
The love of the truth is not just God's law. First of all, the love of the truth is talking about the whole Bible. Receive not the love of the truth. It's talking about the whole book. Now, when you read Acts 15 and just to give you two precepts, and there's many more, Galatians 3, Colossians 2 and 16, Peter and Paul in Galatians and in the book of Colossians 2, they basically telling the people, you don't got to keep all the laws. So what's this guy talking about? You got to keep the laws. And they don't keep all the laws, by the way. They don't know all the laws. He doesn't know the laws. He knows he knows the fringes. That's it. They know one or two laws. If he knew the laws, he wouldn't be telling people to have sex on the Sabbath. But they don't even know when the Sabbath comes in. The Sabbath is not Friday sundown and Saturday sundown. GMS is right on that.
Go ahead.
That they might be saved.
That you might be saved, brothers. That you might be saved, sisters. Come on.
Who's going to be saved? The elect. If you're the elect, you were the elect before the foundation of the earth. That's in the book of Ephesians. You were the elect before the foundation of the earth. So there's people. If there's people in your audience that's not of the elect, they're not going to make it. I don't care how many scriptures you throw at them. If they are the elect, they will make it. So the question is whether you are one of the elect. If you're not one of the elect, you're going to take the chip. If you're one of the elect, you're not going to take the chip.
And for this cause,
And for this reason, because you reject the commandments,
God shall send them strong delusion.
you're going to believe everything this white man tells you. Go ahead.
That they should believe a lie.
You're going to believe every lie he's told you.
That they all might be damned.
Be what?
Be damned.
Be what?
Be damned.
That's eternal damnation. That's the lake.
This guy's a fucking actor, man. Who's the guy in Cotton Comes to Harlem? Nico Malley. This is the elite Nico Malley. This guy's the deceiver. Now, if there's any of the elect that's following this, blindly following this guy, because that's what they're doing. They're blindly following him. They're gonna come up against him. They're gonna leave. They might attack him. Whatever the case may be. If there's any of the people in his audience or his following that are not the elect, they'll follow anything this guy says. This, y'all let me know, man. This is the weakest attempt at trying to say that the mark of the beast is sin in all of its forms. And if that was the case, the Apostle Paul would have had taken the mark of the beast. Because he said in Romans 7, it's not me that sinneth, but sin that dwelleth in me. So what the hell is this guy talking about? Let me come over here now. I caught this, so let me go ahead and... You got Wes Huff is back in the news. Bring it on down. Give me a second here. because I got time today. So this right here is a declaration of war. Putin not he no afraid of America. He no afraid of Trump. He got receipts on Trump. We found out something about Melania too. He got receipts on Melania and her past. So Trump is going to do anything that Putin tells him to do. Okay, so I wanted to get in this. This caught my eye right here. Let me go down a little bit further. I'm sorry, let me just go to it. Let's see what this is. I hope this is not long and drawn out.
Small business is the backbone of our economy, creating jobs and strengthening our communities. I was proud to enact the One Big Beautiful Bill because it invests in Main Street.
Guys, my teacher said Jesus was right, and I said, where do you find that in the Bible?
My friend said that the rainbow stands for gay people.
Give me a second.
Shields of defense so that your children can maneuver and navigate.
His chosen people, the Israel.
Genesis144.com. Verse Black Hebrew Israelite.
Let's see what this is all about. He did something on West Huff concerning worship. Okay, is he going to go into this again?
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know, the Bible talks about how the disciples, the true apostles, turned the world upside down. And that
jump over here.
You worship Jesus Christ as you worship the Father. So we were going against Christians out when they used this angle. So this is from 10 years ago here. 10 years ago, we were a part of, I was a part of Sakari, of course. And we were going against Christians, and we were going against Great Millstone, Israelites. This is an Israelite group that believes you worship Yahweh Shai, you worship Jesus Christ as you worship the Father.
That's a damn lie. You putting words in my mouth and anybody in GMS that have taught this. We never said that. Where you got all the receipts? Where's the receipts that I said that? We know that the Father is higher rank-wise than Yahweh Shai. So stop lying.
So we were going against Christian apologists at this time, way back then. And Israelites too, who said you worship Yahweh Shai. So this is 10 years ago. And we probably were battling this longer than that. But now a lot of Israelites, I can't even say a lot. Some Israelites are finally catching on and learning how to deal with this angle when Christians say, oh, well, he received worship. He received worship. So we're going to show how Inspiring Philosophy, I don't know his name, tried to use this angle on Captain Cesaria. Right? I'm going to come right back to that in a second. Now, look.
And that's the only argument that the Christians, well, you got two arguments, which they're wrong on both of them.
They try to go here. There's only one place, and this is how you know that it's improper hermeneutics. Because if we see this word never in reference to Christ, and then there's one time out of all these times where you think that it might allude to him, then that's what's called, my friends, inconsistency. That's a narcissistic hermeneutic. So this is where they go to, everybody. Revelation 22:3. Right? It says, look, it says, and there shall no more be the curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. This word for serve is the highest form of worship. But notice, everybody, they say, look, Jesus Christ is getting Latreia only one time in the New Testament, and it's right here.
And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads.
first it says God, then it says the Lamb. This is two entities here. But the person who's getting the latreo is singular, his or him. So it can't be both of them. Now, it can only be one of them. So which one?
Right, it's talking about the Father. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. So it's the Father shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. Yeah, we're going to serve Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. Everything we're going to do is through Yahweh Shai. He's big brother. So he's right on that.
One is it? We're going to show you guys right now. Verse 4. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. So now we have to say, okay, where does the Bible say whose name is written in the foreheads of the elect? Bingo. That's how you debunk that. Again, for one, it's inconsistent. And for two, the name written in the forehead is the Father. Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his Father's name written in their foreheads.
Yeah, well, you didn't even have to go to that. You was in what? Let me bring it back. Revelation 22, right? Because it says the Father, the God first, which is the Father. Let me come back to that. And there shall, Revelation 22, verse 3, and there shall be no more curse, because we're going to be in the kingdom. Curse for who? The Israelites. The curse is going to be on the other nations. But the throne of the Father and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants, whose servants? Shall serve him. And we're going to serve him just like the Lamb is going to serve the Father. We're going to serve the Father like our big brother serves the Father. Okay? And the name that's going to be given to them, let me see, let me put a name and foreheads. Name and foreheads. Or name and forehead. Name for heads. Okay, it's in both places. Good. So this is the only time you're going to run into the word foreheads. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. What's the Father's name? Yahweh. How do we know that? Yahweh gave his name to Moses when he asked for the name. He said, "This will be my name forever." So when you come with that new name and stuff, no. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their what? In their foreheads. So let me open this up, because he was in the what? The third verse or the second verse? Let's go to the top. The river and the tree. I don't gotta go to that. Okay, and Revelation 22 verse 1, and he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. The throne of the Most High is heaven itself. The earth is his footstool. All the Lamb's enemies will be at his foot, under his feet, footstool, which is on the earth. In other words, our Lord's spiritual feet are going to be on the earth, which represents he's going to have rulership over the other nations. And guess what? We're going to have our feet on their necks too. That's in Baruch, I believe that's Baruch 4, if not 3. I'm not going to go to it. I may go to it. In the midst of the street of it, on either side of the fruit, this is the kingdom. And the kingdom is going to be on earth, and there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Father and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants servants of who the Father shall serve him, along with the Lamb. He's going to serve the Father too. He said, my will is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. So he's serving the Father. And he asked him, is there another way that I can be put to death? He said, nope. He said, okay, Father, I'm not going to argue. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their forehead. When it says they shall see his face, we're going to feel the presence of the Most High. Daniel saw his face. Daniel 7. And there shall be no more night there. There will be night, because how can you determine a day? So it's not talking about an actual night. I mean, it's not talking about a sun just staying up in the sky. And they need no candle nor light of the sun, for the Lord the Most High giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. So the light is not talking about he gonna push the sun and the moon out the way, and he's just gonna be the light. It's talking about the British. The sun will never set on British soil, meaning our sun will never go down. The kingdom will never be destroyed. Israel will never go into captivity again. Israel will not be ignorant of anything, like the mass majority of our people are ignorant to the whole Hebrew Israelite thing. That's why they make so many videos. We could care less about them people that make their videos. I'm glad that they keep making them videos. It's entertaining. 100% of what you say is bullshit, but it's entertaining. The ones of you that, but no, you camps and you guys Israelites, and especially you one Westers, you guys ain't this, you guys ain't that, and if you read what Jesus said, okay, good, bye. We heard it. Okay, you know what the hell you're talking about. You're going to be destroyed, but you're going to come back as newborn babies. That's the only way you're going to get it. You're going to have to start from peg one. So anyway, so he put this video up a couple of hours ago, and he put it up a couple of days ago. So he's slick Rick. Anyway, let's come back over here. Let's see what else is happening. Okay, let's do this. This is Captain Tazariak, and I guess this is some more.
Rent a car from our newest fleet yet. Your real car never has to know.
Come on, man. The goddamn promotion.
Don't take slow for an answer. Secure the dub with Optimum Fiber. Now the best internet for gaming.
You see what I'm saying? He was from the Virgin Islands.
What if I was to tell you that Marcus Garvey was a white man, Minister Farrakhan was a white man?
What do you mean by white? Like white and what? Status-wise or complexion-wise?
Yeah, status-wise.
It could be.
No. Not status-wise.
Complexion-wise?
Through the lineage, through their father.
Well, the lineage really don't come.
Farrakhan's father was a white man, and
You find out where his father's from.
Well, this is what the Hebrew Israelites teach.
Where? I don't care what they teach. I don't care about what they teach. Find out.
I don't know where he's from.
Find out where his father's from, the Caribbean, brother.
So what would you say to that?
What would I say to it? You're wrong. Do some deeper research. You can bring me in the room with the Hebrews, the Power Rangers too. I don't care. You can put me in the room with the Power Rangers. I'm fine with that too.
He's just a lost Israelite. That's all this guy is. I wouldn't engage in conversation with this guy. He's just a lost soul. See, the elite, the super elite of this world, they know who we are, you know? And if they were to come out and say it, the Rothschilds, these are the Israelites, Negroes in America, tribe of Gad, Indians, and so forth. Jake would all of a sudden they'll miraculously see it. The white man got to blow that dog whistle. Got to use that term. What's his Pel? What is it? Pavlia's dog.
The funny part is, like, this is the crazy part about these people, man. Like, you should.
Now, I'm not saying that.
I know that, but this is the thing that people should do. They should research people instead of pulling stuff off online. They should go sit with the minister, or go sit with his son, or go sit with his grandson, right? And then find out what their lineage is. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out where do these people get their information from? Where do they get the information?
Through the Spirit, through the Scriptures, the Holy Spirit. And you don't understand. That's why I would not sit down. I look at my phone and say, "Oh, I got to be somewhere." I would refuse to sit down with this guy. I don't want to say nothing to you, because if I sit down with you for an hour, guess what? I wasted an hour of my life. I wasted an hour of my life.
How?
Well, I'm getting the baddest. I'm gonna see if he pick up.
He said he gonna get the baddest, y'all. This is funny.
Captain Tazariak's not the baddest.
$5,000 for this motherfucker.
I'm gonna get the baddest Israelite ever.
The baddest Israelite. You better have some facts. I want to know where your information from.
Hello? All right, Captain Tazariak, I want you.
You know why I say Captain Tazariak's not the baddest? Because number one, he doesn't know anything about the mark of the beast. And he'll snap on us, the leadership of the GMS, and say that our high priest is Alex Jones. And I don't get offended at it. I laugh at it. But one day he'll know. He'll come to his senses. He'll come to his senses when it's time for him to have to get a chip to continue to eat. That's when it's going to be a game changer. That's when Jake is going to be shaken up. They're going to scramble. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. Seems like GMS is making all the sense in the world. Let me go see if I know there's a GMS camp down the block. Let me go see if I can get with him, man. And we ain't gonna be there, my nigga.
You to know that I am live. I'm not live on my show, but I'm at the studio, brother. I gotta get you back at the studio. Remember how we used to do, right? Yeah. Sitting on the couch. I'm here with brother Sabir Bey. You ever heard of Sabir Bey?
Yes, he did. Yes.
Sabir Bey.
I'm playing, man.
Which Bay? Which Bay you said?
Sabir. You know Sabir.
There's only one Sabir.
Okay.
I'm sitting here with Sabir Bey, and I asked him, how would you feel if I was to tell you that Bob Marley and Farrakhan were white men? And he said, where am I getting this from?
Well, we don't know, because the ISUPK teaches that Bob Marley is an Edomite. Doesn't necessarily mean he's an Edomite because his father looked like an Edomite. Remember, you had Irish. The Irish go back, I don't know the exact percentage, could be 75%, 50%, whatever. If you run into an Irishman, most likely he could be a Jake. Now, based upon the way Bob Marley sings and skanks, he got rhythm, he got soul, a lot of the great music. So I believe he's a Jake. But you can't go by color. You can't look at a person. Even the Most High said that. I'm just merely paraphrasing. He judges from the inside, the spirit, not the man. Remember King David, the prophet Samuel, when he went to anoint the king, Jesse, the father of David, or ultimately became the king, he had 8 sons. He just brought out 7 of them. David was a stripling. He was tall, but he didn't fill out. He was considered a stripling. You have a kid that's in 6th grade. He's 6'2". When he hits high school and college, he might be 6'7", 6'8". So you train him to play basketball. That's where these guys come from. They're striplings. It's kind of awkward. Their balance ain't right. They haven't filled out. So Jesse didn't even consider that David could be king. The spirit wasn't on any of these 7, which were all warriors. He said, don't you have another son? You got to have another son. He said, yeah, we got David. Yeah, he tending sheep. He didn't know he was fighting off lions and bears with a sling. Brought him out of the north. He said, that's the king right there. Most High doesn't judge according to outward appearance.
So I said, I'm going to call the baddest Israelite that's out here, man. Captain Tazariak. Can you explain to me?
That's the baddest Israelite you know. He ain't the baddest.
To him right quick. Why you say Bob Marley and Farrakhan are white?
Because their daddies is white.
What is their daddy's?
Well, their daddies Edomites. That's the question, Captain. Were the daddies Edomites? And how can you prove it? So you don't know. Their daddies appear to be Edomites. What's this singer's name? What's her name? Etta James? Let's look up Etta James. Etta James. Is that her name? Etta James. Etta James. Beautiful woman. Now, let me see something. I want to look up something. Okay, she lived to be 70 and more. I wanted to look up her father. Etta James' father. Okay, this is Etta James' father. Etta James, you would all agree, she sung the song At Last. Everybody agrees that she's a Jake. Her father was Minnesota Fats, the pool player. That's him. That's Minnesota Fats. He got with a Jake woman, had a child. That might have been her mother. Etta James' father was never officially identified, though James herself speculated he was the pool player Rudolph Minnesota Fats Wanderon, whom she met briefly in 1987. She was born in Jametta Hawkins. She was born Jametta Hawkins to her 14-year-old mother. So her mother was having sex at 13, Dorothy Hawkins, and was raised by others after her mother was sent to reform school. Yeah, you had to, kid, we got to send you to reform school. James is light hair and complexion, combined with rumors from her mother's friends, fueled her belief that a white man, possibly the famous pool player, was her biological father. So they're saying it's a question mark there. It's a question mark there. So if Etta James' biological father is a Minnesota Fats, that's Minnesota Fats. Look like a white man. If you watch video, he was a shit talking dude. He was like the Muhammad Ali of playing pool, and he won. He was good at pool. He became rich playing pool. Okay, he talks shit. He'll talk shit to the guy he playing pool with. He tell him, "I'm gonna hit this ball. I'm gonna hit the 8. I'm gonna do this and do that." You had a Wisconsin skinny, and you had a Minnesota Fat, just to name two of them. So we believe she sung. She had a Jake voice. Unless she's an actual Edomite that can sing good. So you don't know. You can't look at somebody and looks like an Edomite. You an Edomite. No, you're going to have, what does it say in, it speaks about the tares in Matthew 13, chapter 13. What does it say in Jeremiah, 12 and 9? 9 and 12, or 12 and 9, 12 and 9. It says, we liken unto a speckled bird, a bird of many colors. Even Revelation 7, the angel asked John, who are these people? He said, I don't know who these people are, because they didn't look like Israelites. He said, those are not Israelites. So, you're being less than spiritual, Captain Zariak, when you say that. So let's come on back.
His background.
On September 13th, stream the historic concert celebration live from Vatican City with Pharrell Williams and Voices of Fire, Andrea Bocelli, Karol G, and John Legend.
Oh, they showed John Legend. John Legend, by the way, is Ghanaian. So you saying Hamites can sing like that? Oh, Nas, the famous rapper Nas put Jay-Z down. Remember when they were back and forth? Nas won that thing, man. That's a heavyweight champion of rappers of that type of that style of rap. He's Nigerian. He's from his line goes back to Yoruba tribe of the Nigerians as opposed to the Igbo. So Nas is a Hamite, Captain Tazariak? Nah, Hamites can't rap, can't spit fire like that.
He's just Irish.
Okay, then.
Jewish.
Okay. So you heard what he...
Yeah, they said he's a Jew, but you're going to have small hats that are Israelites. In the land of Israel, you're going to have so-called, as we say, pasty white people that claim to be Jews. Some of them, a certain percentage of them, are Israelites. Remember, we mingle ourselves. So you can't look at a person's face or a person's body. He look like a white man, he must be a white. No, it doesn't work. You got to get deeper than that, man.
You just said, right? Mm-hmm. Not white. Now let me give you the history of the Irish people.
Told you dealing with severe,
This is what I try to tell people. And he can go look.
Well, they're products of the Moors, which are Israelites.
Look it up his damn self, brother. If you go look up anything pertaining to Irish people, I'm from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know the history of the Irish people,
beautiful brother, beautiful. Sabir, get down. He said, I'm from. You know that a major community of Irish people first came to Philadelphia. You know who's Irish person to sing? What's the singer? Pink. Pink looked just like an Edomite. That's a sister right there. She's a light-skinned sister. She's of Irish descent, and I believe her name, her family name. They were the first people from Ireland to come to Philly, to come to the Americas. They came to Philly. She ain't no Edomite. I'm gonna tell you just like it is. If I seen her, I said, "You first of all, you are inside out Oreo cookie. You're white on the outside, but you're black on the inside. Literally, you are Israelite. Your spirit is that of an Israelite." She can sing her ass off, man. Listen to her first album and come back and talk to me. That was all soulful stuff. Who produced it? I think it was L.A. Reid. Correct me if I'm wrong, Possible Bar. Babyface was behind it, but then they got him more into a white rock and rollers thing because they said you shouldn't be singing like that. No, she should be singing like that because she's an Israelite woman.
People, what they look like, not the ones we talking about today. Right. The original Irish people were Picts, Danes. They were Moors in Ireland.
That's a cut. That's a cut on the captain. That's a cut on the captain. Get down to beer. Let me hear that again. Yo, this is not looking good. Let's
about today. Right. The original Irish people were Picts, Danes. They were Moors in Ireland. There's a book called Ancient and Modern Britain by David McRitchie. Ancient and Modern Britain. I even got me a kilt. If you go to my line, you'll see me wearing a kilt. Why do you think they call Idi Amin the King of Scotland? Think about it.
Okay,
you understand? Hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to explain the Irish part because he said white. We're not talking about white people. Nobody was white until after the 1600s. No one was called white until after the 1600s.
Thank you. Sabar getting down. He getting down. He beating your ass, Captain. It's a construct. They label everybody white. There was no such thing as white people. That the status thing. Now, who gets down in that? The elder out of GMS Chicago, the chief. He went into that. He went into the history on that. It was in the 1600s. That whole concept of you're white. Because when the Sicilians and the Southern Italians and even Italians, they were not really called white. Oh, even during the time of the 1700s, when the Rothschilds went down to Israel and they started slowly bringing, up until 48, they brought Europeans down, so-called white Jews. Do you know other Europeans said to them Jews that you're not white people? And they had to come up with the concept of they all white. Jews would say, no, we're not white, we're not European, we're Jews. No, you can pass for fucking Italian or Irishman or Scot or whatever. This guy Charlie Kirk the guy that got assassinated, if that's the case, he might be a Jake, because that word Kirk goes back to Scott, and the word Kirk goes back to the word, when you look it up, it goes back to the word Kyrie, which I always say that. The Lord, in the New Testament, Lord, sometimes it say Kyrie, it means Lord. So that name Kirk come from the name Kirkon, which means Lord of the Church. So this guy Charlie Kirk's name means Lord of the Church, or Kirk means Lord, and it goes back to Scotland. So this guy could very well be a Jake. Now we don't know. Oh, he'll a cracker. Look at him. So if he's a Jake, he's in the spiritual realm. When he comes back, he coming back blessed.
That's it. You can go look this up. So this. Well, you can say these bait niggas. All you got to do is go research it yourself. I'm fine with that too.
No problem. So we do research when it comes to Irish.
You don't research. You do not research deep enough to make that statement. Oh, he's a white man because our father's Irish. Remember, we were scattered and mingled among all the nations, so we look like everybody.
Scotland, XYZ, like we said, King James is black, XYZ. But when you look at his father, you look at Bob Marley's father.
I saw his father.
Right, that's a white man.
I just said, look, he didn't get it.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it. He said you can see he's a white. No, he looked like a white man. Let's go ahead. Let's look at this. You can see the mother of Etta looked just like her. The Etta James. Great singer. Listen to the song. At last my love has come along. All right. Let me see what I say. I was gonna go. Okay. Oh damn! Give me a second. Let me get my thoughts together. Yeah, this guy, artist Miles, a dark as hell. That was her husband. She was in the Jakes. All right. Well, that's Howlin' Wolf. They go back. Let me see. Bob Marley's father.
According to UVM.edu, many of Marley's most loyal fans and the vast majority of reggae enthusiasts are unaware that he was, indeed, born to a white father, Captain Norval Marley, and a black mother, Cedella Booker. Bob Marley grew up angry with his father, who he felt had mistreated him and his mother.
Okay, so here we go. That's his father, biological father. That's his mother. So here he goes. Let me see. That's why he had them sharp features. Let me see. Get a good picture. Well, you got the hat tip. You got the hat tipped on the side. What white man got the hat tipped to the side? Dude a Jake. He looked like an Edomite, but he doesn't have to be an Edomite. You're going to have Israelites looking just like Edomites. So that's very weak on your behalf, Captain. Got to get a little deeper. You deep, but damn, brother. Sabar is kicking your ass. See some more pictures here. And he was a captain, so he's a high-ranking guy. Captain Norvell Marley, father. But look at how he's sitting up on that horse. He got the hat tipped to the side, bro. He got that hat tipped to the side. Look at how the man's sitting on the horse. He leaning back. A telltale sign is the hat tipped to the side. Edomites do not wear hats tipped to the side. That's a Jake thing. If he had a fitted on, he had that motherfucker tipped to the side or the beak part to the back. Come on, Captain. Come on now. Let's listen to some more. I don't believe Farrakhan's father is a so-called. He raised up as a so-called, but he could have been a Jake. Remember, you're gonna have Edomite-looking so-called Jews that are actually Israelites. Let the wheat and the chaff go together.
You just missed the whole point. What I'm saying to him.
What you're saying is that the history can be traced to somebody that's not white. That's what you're trying to
All I was saying is
yes, if you go deep enough, if they're an Israelite, their line goes back to Israel. So you guys got to teach that junk about half-breed. There's no such thing as no goddamn half-breeds. Well, you would be considered a half-breed. You do have Edomite DNA in you because you're light.
I just explained that there was no such thing as white people at the particular time.
Okay, so
white.
Yeah, that was a construct. If the elder Malcolm wants to do a video, jump on this, go be my guest, because he's the expert on that. He was the one that got the information in 16. I forget the exact year, but it was the 1600s when it came. Prior to the 1600s, there was no white race, black. Even Johann Blumenbach came up with that whole race concept. You're going to have Israelites that look like Moabites and every nation under the sun.
Call him Irish by today's
Okay.
He's a white man.
Listen.
What this man's doing is a roundabout way to try to get away from Bob Marley just being a white man.
No, why would I do that?
He's not. First of all, you got to who is Bob Marley's father's father? So you're clearly going off.
Irish man, and he's an Irish man.
Why would
His
I want?
father is a white Irish man.
Which means he could be a Jake. He may very well, chances are he could be a Jake. His father is a Scottish man. That means he can very well be a Jake. His father goes back to the Norsemen. The Norsemen, there was Jake among the Norsemen.
Well, you kind of like this Minister Farrakhan too. What your parents look like?
You know Captain Cesario?
You think I don't know these people, brother? I study everybody. You think I don't know the Power Rangers? Woo!
This what happens when stupid niggas say stupid shit.
No, he's telling the truth. You obviously got me. I got so-called white DNA in me. Let me hear this guy's getting emotional, bro. This is why we don't debate nobody. We won't discuss nothing because a lot of these niggas is stupid, man. I'm not so much saying Captain. Captain is smart. But he's off. Sabar is spiritually kicking your ass. I want to see the look on Captain Zariak's face when they make that chip mandatory. I want to see him talk about us. Our high priest is Alex Jones.
I just asked what the complexion was.
Skin tone, complexion has nothing to do with your ethnicity.
Thank you.
And if you was actually,
see how I just got him to tell it?
Thank you, nigga, because you just.
No, you didn't get it. You didn't see what I just did to you.
You just brought up my complexion to bring up my ethnicity. I'm calling Bob Marley white. His father is identified as white. His father goes back to a white history. My father's history and my mother's history don't go to a white history. But what niggas do when
yes, it does, because you're light-skinned, man. You can't say your father and your mother were both dark-skinned and your grandfather and grandmother are dark. As far as you go back, you're dark. How the fuck did you come out light-skinned? Or light, as this guy would say, light-skinned. You got white DNA in you, just like I got white DNA in me. If you want to use that term, white.
they get emotional, then they want to talk about me because I'm light-skinned.
I'm light-skinned.
Look, he didn't say nothing wrong. The fact that you're light-skinned means somewhere through your lineage, there's some European. Like my grandmother on my father's side is a white woman from England. So I got royal blood in me, baby. On that side, I'm covered. I'm covered on either side, baby.
Too, brother. I'm light-skinned too. I'm light-skinned.
Light-skinned, not as light as Captain Desariac.
Me, because we can look at Bob Marley's father and see he's white and skinny ass nose and lips and all that shit.
Hat tip to the side. Hat tip to the side. We can look. See, you're carnal. You're getting carnal. Look at him. He's a white man. Look at how he stands. Look at the nose. He a white man. No, just because he's a so-called white man doesn't make him an Edomite.
He's from his father. And Farrakhan himself, out of his own mouth, said that he had a Jewish father.
But his father, fucking another commercial, man. See, this is something that when you watch GMS videos, you're not going to see commercials.
From meeting for coffee?
Well, this is okay. So now you said Jewish, right?
That's what I
hold
said.
on. Listen. You said Jewish. You didn't say. You said white one hand. You said a Jewish on the other hand, right?
No, man. This nigga is an artist. Is this recorded, son?
Yes.
I'm definitely recording this motherfucker.
Yeah, this is recorded. When y'all go back and play the shit, you're gonna hear me say, Bob Marley's father is Irish. Farrakhan's father is Jewish. Now, if you didn't hear that, that's your fault.
Let me explain those two things then. Let me explain those two.
Explain the Jewish.
So he just said it's not a complexion, right? That's what he said. So what is they basing Bob Marley's father on? Is it a complexion?
I'm basing it on his history.
His genealogy. He said his history.
He doesn't know his genealogy, man. He going by the complexion.
So this is history, right? So
I was basing it on his ancestry. Excuse me, on his.
You do not know his ancestry. You do not know Bob Marley's father's 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 father. You do not know that.
Look, why would I call Bob Marley a white man?
But if he's Irish, right? Right? If he's Irish, he would be Irish, right? Not white. Just be Irish. Okay. No, it's not. Why you call?
There's a term called smart, dumb nigga.
Oh, I know all about that, brother. You talking to the wrong one. You don't want to do that, brother.
I'm talking to you.
You don't.
Yeah, he's getting a little hostile. This is another reason why he's losing it. He lost this one, Captain. He definitely lost this one. He's getting a little emotional. This is why debates really go nowhere. Because of pride. You got a guy that believed in something for 20 years and somebody shows him something different. He's not going to accept it because of pride. All right? Captain is looking bad right now.
You don't.
And he's going to really look bad when the chip come out. We're going to see what the chip, when they announce the thing, everybody got to get a microchip. I'm going to go to see what Bishop Nate got to say. Whoever. I'm going to see what these guys got to say. They're going to realize, and they ain't going to say it, but they're going to, oh shit, GMS was right all the time.
You don't want this. You don't want that, brother. You don't want that with me, okay? Because I'll call you the Power Rangers all day long, and your name will be Billy Smith at your job, not Tazaka.
Sounds stupid.
Okay, sounds stupid though, right? Cesaria.
Common term today.
Okay, so I got it.
They call him the guy stupid was wrong. He's making sense. He's making sense right here. Those are called ad hominem attacks. When you use ad hominem attacks against somebody and you're debating or discussing, that means, you're frustrated. You're frustrated. You can't say for sure that Bob Marley is a so-called white man because his father looked like a white man, but his line has to go back to Jake. Now, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. If let's say his father is actually an Edomite, but you got other Israelites, which looks like Israelites, that have white fathers that could be, in fact, Jake's. It's not based on the outward appearance.
Got it. I'm with you.
I hate these Bay and Moore niggas be killing me.
Well, see,
this is called ad hominem attacks. It's not a debate. It's not a discussion. It's an ad hominem attack.
What do you think about the Bays, though?
The Moors don't know if they want to be white or black. We white.
Sanetta's filming this, right? This is going to be the funny part. The thing about the
Captain
Bays...
gonna make a clip out of this, bro.
But watch this. But the Bays are the Bays that has Bays on their names internationally. These niggas got European names when they go to their jobs or when they go get a job or their birth certificates, whatever else, nigga. So if you want to be these people, you should tell them that case. Okay? Brother, what about, I got power. What about power you want me to have? I have power myself.
When you say that, you act like having a slave name, a Bay name, or anything. There's a difference between you and I. When I say Bay, it's because y'all a bunch of dumbass niggas.
Okay.
You have a slave name or a Hebrew name.
That's he looking bad, man. You fell off your square, so to speak. Let's look up ad hominem attacks. Ad hominem attacks. Let's go to the definition. An ad hominem attack, Latin for to the person, is a logical fallacy where someone tries to discredit an argument by attacking the person, making it rather than addressing the argument's substance or logic. The attacks are fallacious because the character of a personal stances of the arguer are irrelevant to the validity of their argument. A common example is the tu quacu fallacy, U2, whatever. I didn't pronounce that right. Where someone dismisses advice based on the advisor's own perceived flaws, such as a patient rejecting a doctor's weight loss and advice because the doctor is also overweight. You got to lose weight. You got to lose weight too, you fat motherfucker. So let's look at that again. An ad hominem attack, it actually means to attack the man. Latin for to the person, or actually to the man. Represent to the person. Is a logical fallacy where someone tries to discredit an argument by attacking the person, making it rather than addressing the argument's substance or logic. Because you have to say, is it possible that Bob Marley's father could be an Israelite? No, he's a white man. You don't know that. You don't have his father's information in front of you. So you lost this one. You definitely lost this one. And then Captain Desariac does that to us with the mark of the beast. I remember when he said it. He said, in not so many words, he said, he's a GMS guy teaches about the mark of the beast because they got it from Alex Jones. And Alex Jones is a high priest of GMS. I heard it. It was you sitting alongside of Captain Kantazar. And I didn't get mad because I said, you don't know. You're a youngster, man. You know? And what was I going to say? And I came back and I said, well, when it actually comes to pass, which now you guys are saying, oh, it's twofold. You know, it could be. They're kind of hinting on the fact that it could be a chip. Like Nate, he gonna say, I said it all. If you listen to me closely, old morons, I did say they might throw a microchip up in there. Let's listen to some more.
And we're still smarter than y'all Bay niggas.
Okay. You know.
They calling them niggas. Why you gonna call a guy a nigga? The guy never called you a bad word. He's telling you that you're wrong. You know?
You argue with me over technical.
I'm really not, brother. I'm
disproving,
brother.
Bob Marley's ancestry.
So let's go.
He's getting emotional, bro. How do you know if you don't have the lineage? You don't have the record of Bob Marley's father's 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 father. If you do not have the record, you cannot say a goddamn thing.
Let's go back then. Let's go back because you keep talking.
So Captain Zazariak lost this debate. He lost this debate. He lost the debate up until this point.
This is what happens when you come to Sonetta's house, right? So let's go back. I asked him about what defines Bob Marley's father, right? As Caucasian or white, right?
We don't know. We know he looks like an Edomite, a white person. Which that's a social construct, a white person. There's no such thing as white people. No such thing as black people.
That's all I said, right? So he said it's not complexion, so we can move that out the way.
What did I say?
But you said it's not complexion, right? You said lineage. Did you say lineage?
I agree. You said what?
Did you say lineage or something like that?
I said his ancestry.
His ancestry, right? Okay.
You don't know. You know nothing about his ancestry. You know nothing about his ancestry. Your ancestry is what your father. When you do a DNA test, it goes back to your mother's side, your father's side. So you got a two parents, right? Those two parents have two parents, right? Those two parents of your parents have two parents. So you're going from two, mother and father, to grandmother on either side, grandfather on either side. So you got two grandmothers and two grandfathers. They have a mother and a father. So it goes from 4 to 8, from 8 to 16. It keeps doubling. And then you got to follow a line. Now we're going to follow the father's line or the mother's line. You can't be an Israelite based upon what your mother, if your mother's an Israelite. You got to be an Israelite based on what your father is. So your father's lineage may go back 10 generations, and you're these people. Let's listen to that again. It's looking bad.
Said right. So he said it's not complexion, so we can move that out the way.
What did I say?
But you said it's not complexion, right? You said lineage. Did you say lineage?
I agree.
Captain Tazari has a lighter complexion than him. Even though he said he's light, he's caramel. He's light compared to a darker person, compared to Sarnetta. The complexion of Sarnetta is dark. The complexion of this individual is a medium brown, caramel. The complexion of Captain is very light, like me. So in your DNA, you have to have parents on either side that could be white as well. That's how complexion works. Hey, let's look at Blake Griffin. His father is black, dark, blackety black Haitian with an Edomite, which looked like an Edomite mother. She could be a Jake too. He came out very light skinned, but you can see that he's mixed. His son, next generation, looked like a straight up Edomite. Is he an Edomite? Hell to the goddamn no.
You say what?
Did you say lineage or something like that?
I said his ancestry.
His ancestors, right? Okay.
Ancestry. That's correct.
Okay, so his ancestors, right? So we moved it out the way.
Lineage, ancestry is the same thing.
Then he's not white then, right?
What the fuck? So now you see what I mean by this?
I'm just asking a question. I said it's not white, but you said...
By American terms, he's white. If you want to go with what he would be called over in Europe, he would be called Irish. He still is not one of us.
What restaurant?
Hey, you know what? These commercials are fucking getting to me.
Quality meals that actually support your wellness goals. Factor's got.
Ain't you brothers happy that the Most High led you to GMS? You'd be in a world of trouble if you was in the ISUPK or the IUIC. But if you was one of the elect, you leave those groups and come with the GMS.
Got you covered.
I've got this dream, and you're all in it.
Let's hear it.
With Wells Fargo Premier.
Well, what would make somebody one of us? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Your father comes from us. You are one of us.
If my father...
One of us.
You are what your father is. That's
No.
So you have to go back to your father, your father's father, your father's father's father, your father's father, father. And in that line, you could have people that look like white people.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something in history? Let me explain this to you. And I hope these people look these things up. I really rap. This is a headache, right? So let me explain something to you, right?
Sabir Captain, Sabir Bey, he won the debate. He won the debate, hands down, thus far. Let's see if Captain can make a comeback. Captain, you definitely lost to this point. 9 minutes in. 9 minutes, 28 seconds in, you lost the debate. You have, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got 4 minutes to make a comeback. Let's see what happens.
You know, you should look up, honestly, the black codes of D.C. Look it up. You know why they always would say, if your mother's a slave, the child is a slave? They should say that.
Oh, they say you are what your mother is.
There you go, right?
I've heard.
Have you ever heard this term called?
Polite used to say.
Have you ever heard who?
Polite.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? You ever fill out an application or something and say, "What's your who?" Did they ask your father or mother?
Mother.
Why? They asked you for your mother's maiden name, right? Not your father.
Right.
Because they understood the history. You follow me? Make this make sense.
You don't follow you, man.
Brother.
Well, the application, they don't always do that. I don't remember them doing that. It might be optional, but they do ask you your race. I don't know why. I don't know why you have to know my race.
That's a good point, Cap.
This is what people are not understanding because they're in their feelings and they say the babes.
The argument that you are who your mother is.
Yes.
Whichever your this is why they are. That's you. See, this is the difference between this is.
No problem. So if you do that, then everybody that has a black mother and a white father or a Chinese father, then they're not us either.
But this is the thing, and this is not a knock. This is the thing. This is the thing about most people who are Hebrew Israelites who come from who comes from a King James version, which is a version, right? Which is copywritten. If you open up the couple of pages of their Bible, it's going to say it's copywritten. It is. Your Bible don't. Hold up. Your Bible. You got a Bible?
Well, translation means copywritten. Copywritten meaning you translate it from one language to another. So it's a translation. King James is a translation from the Hebrew and the Greek, which is the New Testament, and the Apocrypha, I believe that's written originally in Latin. He had 47 scholars that translated the book. If you translate something from something else into another language, and it's not authorized by the first copy, it is called copyright. So yes, technically it's copywritten. It's translation. It wasn't King James' opinion. And the first King James version, which a lot of people don't even know, and you ask somebody the first King James version, what year did the world introduced to the first King James version? What year was that? they'll tell you 16. Nope. 7 years before that, 1604. Why did they have a 1611? Because they had to how you could proofread it, and they had to fact check it again. They had to go over it again. There were certain things they went off on. King James made a statement. He said, we translated from Hebrew, Greek, Latin into English, Old English, and he said, but it's not fully translated. He said one day a group of men, and not so many words, will translate it more accurately. So it's not accurate all the time. Easter's not supposed to be there.
One here?
No.
Oh, he should pull out his Bible and go to the first or second page. It's going to say copywritten.
Do you know what that means?
Oh, I know definitely what it means, brother.
Translated from one language to another, like this. Like, what the fuck is we talking about, man?
That's okay.
Like, what's happening right here?
Translated means if I translate something from something else, if I sing a song in English and I sing it in Spanish, and somebody finds out, oh, this guy's singing your song in Spanish, that's copywritten. He's taking your words, even though he's translated. So yes, it's copywritten or translated.
It's okay.
Like, listen, man. According to DNA, that sperm that shoots out of a man's rod has a stem that is the root of all creation of the ethnicity that it comes from. That's why a woman is called the earth.
Yeah, if you Israelite man shoots his sperm into a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pasty white woman, the child's going to come out very light-skinned. And if that child, that son, lays down with another pasty, blonde-haired, Scandinavian white woman, the child's going to come looking just like the mother. So you look at people out there walking down the street, oh, that's a white man. No, could be an Israelite.
She receives seed. So if you take an apple, orange, seed, put it in the same earth, it's still going to be an apple and an orange. If you take a white man, a Chinese man, and have sex with any woman, the seed that's planted in that woman is what comes out of that woman. The woman don't determine it, she carry it. So I just found...
But a white man can lay down with a black woman. A woman is dark, super dark skin. White man is white, maybe not pasty white. The child's going to come out way darker than the father. So you're going to have people out there that look just like Chinese that are Israelites. You're going to have people that look just like Israelites, Afros, dark skin, that are Edomites or other nations.
Last week, the woman don't even contribute to the placenta. The man contributes.
Hudson Valley seniors have a trusted
every 2 minutes there's a goddamn commercial, man. The fuck is this?
In Congress. That's Mike Lawler, a proven leader.
To the placenta. Like,
where they get this motherfucker? Where these stories be coming from? Hold up. That's the English. I just had a baby, nigga. I'm trying. Not me. I didn't have the baby, but
Information of the placenta comes from the man.
Hey, yo, hold on, Captain. That might get you in trouble, Captain. You shouldn't say that yet, Captain.
I'm gonna text it to you.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Yeah, he got it.
Did you know the placenta actually comes from the father? It might sound surprising, but this is a fascinating and little-known fact. The placenta, the vital organ that nourishes the baby throughout pregnancy, is not created by the mother's body. It's actually formed from the father's genetic material. Specifically, the genetic material responsible for building the placenta is primarily inherited from the father, while the mother's genes mainly control the development of the embryo. This means the placenta isn't part of the mother.
Yeah, the mother is an incubator. The seed comes from the man. Apple seed in the earth, which is the mother earth, you have an apple.
Body, it's actually an organ that belongs to the baby. You can think of the placenta as a miraculous bridge between mother and child, even though it originates from the father. It transports oxygen, glucose, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and water from the mother.
It feeds a baby. That's why you cut it when the baby is born.
Mother's bloodstream to the baby and helps remove the baby's daily waste through the umbilical cord. Thanks to the placenta, the baby is nourished and can grow healthily in the womb. Truly a remarkable biological wonder.
I never heard it until last week. I'm gonna send it
But
to
did
you.
you do research on it, though?
Did he do research on it?
Yeah.
Did he do?
Oh, wow,
He did.
that's crazy.
Hey, hold up.
Couldn't have did no research on that.
He said, hold on. He said he couldn't have did no research.
Hold on, man. Who's got a good shot?
Determines the father. The child. It's just that simple. So Bob Marley is not one of us. If you want to,
You lost the debate. You lost the debate. Anyway, Shalom. On to the next.